Amara, you cannot be serious. You are not seriously considering this. We don't even know him. What if he's just like Chike? I can't believe he did this to us. We promised never to let anyone come between us. Ada's voice trembled as she confronted her sister, Amara, in their modest hut. Amara's heart pounded as she saw the pain in her sister's eyes. They had been through so much together, losing their parents at a young age and relying on each other for support and love. Ada, I didn't know he would cause this much trouble. I thought he loved me, she said, her voice calm yet filled with sorrow. But he's tearing us apart, Amara. We can't let him ruin what we have, Ada insisted, her eyes filled with tears. Amara gently took her sister's hands in hers. You're right, Ada. We can't let anyone come between us. I mean, we've been through too much to let the man destroy our bond. Yet, as the days turned into weeks, the tension between the sisters grew. The man in question, Chike, had been charming and attentive, winning Amara's heart and causing a rift between the once inseparable sisters. Ada couldn't stand the sight of him, feeling betrayed and angry that her sister had let him into their lives. One day, after another heated argument with Ada, Amara decided she couldn't take it anymore. She resolved to confront Chike and demand that he respect the bond she had with her sister. She hopes that he might understand and find a way to coexist peacefully. The journey to Chike's house was filled with anxiety, but Amara's determination drove her forward. Upon reaching his home, she was greeted by a man whose once charming eyes now seemed cold and calculating. Chike, we need to talk, Amara said, her voice firm. Chike raised an eyebrow. About what, Amara? About my sister and me. You're causing a rift between us, and I cannot tolerate that. We promised to always be there for each other, she explained, her heart heavy with the weight of her words. Chike's expression softened slightly, but there was still a hint of defiance in his eyes. Amara, I love you, but I can't change who I am. Your sister needs to accept that we are together. Amara shook her head, tears streaming down her face. She doesn't have to accept anything. I won't let you come between us. Chike's demeanor turned cold again. Then maybe we should just end this. Devastated, Amara returned home to find Ada waiting anxiously. What did he say? She asked, her voice trembling with anticipation. Amara collapsed into her sister's arms, sobbing uncontrollably. He said we should end it. He doesn't even care about our bond. Ada held her sister tightly, her own heart breaking apart for Amara's pain. We'll get through this together, Amara. We don't need him. We have each other. As weeks passed, the sisters tried to rebuild their relationship, but the scars left by Chike's presence were deep. Ada's anger and distrust had not fully healed, and Amara's heartbreak was still fresh. They argued frequently, their once close bond strained to its limits. One evening, after a particularly cruel argument, Amara fled into the forest, seeking solace among the ancient trees. She poured out her anguish, praying to the gods for guidance and strength. Amara looked up to see an elderly woman, her eyes filled with compassion. I am lost. I have lost my way, and I have lost my sister. The old woman smiled gently. You are not lost, my dear. Sometimes, the part of our heart's desire is fraught with trials. But know this, the gods have a plan for you. Have faith and be strong. Armed with the old woman's words, Amara returned home with renewed determination. She would not let the pain and anger consume her. She would fight for her bond with Ada. That night, as they lay in bed, Amara took Ada's hand and whispered, Ada, I met a wise woman in the forest. She said the gods have a plan for us. Please, let us heal together. I cannot bear this rift between us. Ada looked into her sister's eyes, seeing the pain and hope mingling there. Her heart softened as she nodded. No problem, Amara. Let us try and build our bond again. One day, Chike approached Amara, asking for a second chance. Look, I've realized my mistakes, he said. I want to make things right between us. Amara's heart quivered, but she knew she couldn't risk losing her sister again. Chike, I care about you. My sister comes first. If you can't respect that, then we cannot be together. Chike's face hardened, and he turned away without saying another word. Amara felt a sense of relief knowing that she had made the right choice. As the months passed, the sisters grew closer and closer, their bond getting stronger than ever. They faced their challenges heads-on, supporting each other through thick and thin. The villagers who had once whispered about their troubles now admired their resilience and unity. One evening, as they sat by the fire, Ada returned to Amara. Ada turned to Amara. I'm sorry for the way I acted. I was afraid of losing you at that time. Amara smiled, her eyes filled with love. We both have made mistakes, but we've come through it stronger. We'll always have each other's backs. Life continued to test them, but the sisters faced each trial with love and support. However, Ada knew her sister. She knew how much her sister loved men's attention. So one day, a wealthy merchant called Okechukwu moved to their village. He was known for his generosity and charm, quickly becoming a village's favorite. Okechukwu took a particular interest in Amara, sharing her with gifts and attention. Ada, wary of his intentions, warned her sister, Amara, you know we've been through this before, please be careful. Amara, remembering the pain Chike had caused, tried to keep her distance, but Okechukwu's persistence and kindness slowly broke down her defenses. He promised her a life of comfort and happiness, something she had always dreamed of. One evening, Okechukwu proposed a relationship to Amara. She was torn, knowing how much her sister did not trust him, but also longing for the security he offered. She asked for time to think about it. When Ada heard about the proposal, she was angry. Amara, you cannot be serious. You are not seriously considering this. We don't even know him. What if he's just like Chike? Amara's heart ached. I want a better life for us, Ada. I believe Okechukwu can provide that. Their argument escalated with harsh words and accusations flying. Amara felt suffocated by Ada's protectiveness, while Ada felt betrayed by Amara's willingness to trust another man so soon. The sisters stopped speaking, their once unbreakable bond now in tatters again. Amara asked Okechukwu's proposal, moving into his lavish home. Ada, feeling abandoned, focused on her work, trying to bury her pain. But Okechukwu was not the man he seemed. As soon as Amara moved in, his behavior changed drastically. He became controlling and manipulative, isolating her from her friends and family. Amara realized too late that she had made a terrible mistake again. One day, after a particularly harsh argument with Okechukwu, Amara managed to escape and ran back to her hut she once shared with Ada. She found her sister sitting by the fire, eyes red from crying. Ada, I'm so sorry, Amara sobbed, collapsing into her sister's arms. You were right again. I should have listened to you. Ada held her tightly, her own tears falling freely. It's okay, Amara. You're safe now. Don't worry. We'll get through this together. Once again, Ada and Amara began to live together in the hut. As they began to heal, tragedy struck. One evening, as they were returning from the market, they were ambushed by a group of bandits. Ada shielded Amara from harm, taking a fatal blow meant for her sister. Amara was devastated, her heart shattered by the loss of her beloved sister. She blamed herself for not being able to protect Ada, for not listening to her warnings about Okechukwu. In her grief, Amara withdrew from the world, consumed by guilt and sorrow. She missed her sister's presence dearly, her laughter and her unwavering support. The villagers tried to console her, but nothing could fill the void that they had once shared. One day, as she sat by Ada's grave, Amara made a solemn promise. She would honor her sister's memory by living a life of kindness and compassion. She would never, ever trust a man again without thoroughly getting to know him for who he is.